Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary, and this is not David. So today we're going to look at the America Party. America. So good old Elon Musk found out, like most people do, you cannot control Donald Trump. You cannot change him. And ultimately, if you have the nerve to disagree with him, he is going to throw you under the bus. Um, so he decided that he was going to form the America Party. America. And he's starting to get some interest from other folks, most notably Mark Cuban, who was quoted as saying, like everyone else I've seen, like everyone else, I've seen what Musk has done. And I've seen person after person think they could change Trump only to get burned. In this case, a vengeful Elon could be the opposing force that has a positive impact. It's not like he didn't vote Dem in previous elections. Um, I I'm going to take a little issue with Mark Cuban's statement there, because Cuban's thinking that a vengeful Elon might have a positive impact. Okay, well, a positive impact against whom? Because Trump cannot run for a third term. He's going to try. He's going to do his level best to somehow weasel his way into a third term. But I just don't see that happening right now. I guess we could throw the energy on a third term. But if Donald's out of office, who is Elon going to be vengeful against? I guess the Republicans that voted for this big, beautiful bill. But the thing is that we're not going to be able to overturn this big, beautiful bill unless either both parties start working together or someone gets a supermajority in the House and in the Senate so they could potentially override any Trump veto on this big, beautiful bill. I guess, of course, if Trump gets removed from office because there was some sort of election fraud, that could be a thing too. But let's try and focus this reading here. So I just don't know what kind of vengeful Elon can do other than potentially arrange for election results the way he arranged for them for Trump. Basically, what you're going to get is kind of, in my mind, kind of a Maga 2.0. It's instead of Trump leading MAGA, it's going to be Elon and the tech bros leading, some subset of the MAGA support, if you will, where these are going to be people that are focused on innovation and cutting balancing the budget and cutting the deficit. But all the other stuff, that's going to be their primary focus there. But if you've got other constituents that you need to draw in, then you're going to have to do like Trump, which is play to their whims. So is Musk's party, the America Party, going to be pro women's rights or pro abortion? Are pro women's rights or anti-abortion, if you will? How are they going to feel about assistance programs like SNAP or Medicare? These things cost money, but if you need votes, you kind of need to have a positive outlook on this stuff. So it's an interesting thought exercise, but I'm not sure if it's going to gain any kind of legitimate traction. It's, once again, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party are basically a coalition of special interest groups that are kind of in a framework. They sort of operate best under the Democrat banner or the Republican banner, but it's not like everyone's in lockstep. That's the trouble you were getting with the Democrats when they were in power, is that the progressives really wanted to push stuff forward, but the more mainstream Democrats, to the middle of the road, they didn't want to have a super progressive agenda because they're in districts that they could be that aren't deep blue, so they could be primaried and they could lose their seats. So they need to have a more moderate approach. But anyways, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the energy around the America Party, America, and see see what's going on with that. So let's start with, is Musk serious? Is he seriously going to try and start a third party? He certainly has the financial resources to do something like that, but is he serious? Does he have the commitment to it? You know, he's got so many things. He gets bored very easily. So this could just be another thing he gets bored of. Although he sure did like shadowing the president around. So maybe he got a little taste of that political power and he decides this is what I want to do when I grow up. So for entertainment purposes only, is Elon serious about starting a third party? Okay, foundation of the reading is the Four of Pentacles. He wants the resources. He wants to basically control the spending, and he wants to allocate the spending to things he thinks are valuable, because clearly the rest of us can't figure out what's valuable. He needs to tell us. The cross is the Queen of Swords. Hey, it's his version of the truth. He wants to control the money. He wants to control the things of value, and he wants to tell us what these things are. These are the truths that we need to learn. Energy underneath it is the Star. He liked being in the spotlight. He likes being talked about. He thinks he's this benevolent leader that only does good things. The rest of us would argue that, but energy underneath it is he wants to be in the spotlight again. He wants to be the star. In the past, you had the Ace of Swords, his truth coming out. We've got a king in the office, and he was able to put his truth out there for a brief period of time. Current energy is the Empress. He definitely wants more babies in this country. He's got, what I'm getting for that, I'm kind of being a little facetious. What I'm getting for that is he's got the resources to do this. The attention span is, like I said, is the only thing that may prevent him from doing it. But he's got the resources, and he thinks, in his mind, he knows what it takes to make everything work well and give everything in abundance. Overarching energy is the Three of Pentacles, but he's going to need help. He's going to need his tech bros in Silicon Valley. He's going to need his Mark Cubans and his other billionaire buddies. I mean, it's a little frightening, because it's the few people that have lots and lots of money are going to start influencing policy again. Yeah, it's kind of careful what you wish for, right? Lesson to be learned is Ace of Wands. It's a new action. He wants to start something, speak softly but carry a big stick. I don't think he's speaking softly. He wants to speak loud and carry a big stick. Follow me. I've got the big stick. Outcome. Eight of Swords. That's an interesting outcome. So the Eight of Swords it's one of those, you don't know what the path forward is. You got to take the blindfold off. You got to take off the bondages that are keep you bound, the things that are keeping you bound, so you can move forward. So is he serious? He's got to free himself up. He's got too much going on with his Mars business, his Tesla business, his boring holes in the ground business. If he wants to do it, he needs to free himself up, because right now too much of his time is tied up with other things. And if he's serious, this has got to be his priority. That's what I'm getting from that. Okay. Does he have... so let's keep going. Does he have enough support to have an impact on an election? In other words, are there enough people that want to start a third party? And will there be enough support where they can make an impact on the election scene and help move his agenda forward? Okay, let's take a look. So does he have enough support to make an impact on the elections? Well, you've got people that are disenfranchised, and he's got the money, he's got the ideas, and he's got to lure in the disenfranchised voters. Because what they're seeing is the institutions don't support them anymore. That it seems like the political parties are going more and more extreme. and these folks are feeling left out. The energy underneath it, Ace of Pentacles. So I'm sorry, you got the Five of Pentacles as the foundation and the Tower as the cross. So this is kind of a transactional. People are feeling left out, and the big overarching reason is because the institutions have forgotten about them. They're not taking, the institutions are not taking care of them. Energy underneath is the Ace of Pentacles, but hey, we've got an opportunity here, a new beginning, something new of value that maybe I will feel like part of the collective again. This is an opportunity to start something new. In the past, you got the Death card, the end of a cycle. So we got two major arcana here. Does he have enough support? For me, the Death card is people just giving up on their political party, their traditional Democrat or Republican Party. Current energy is the Ten of Pentacles. It's going to take a lot of money, and it's going to take a lot of influence, and you're going to have to reach out to old people, young couples, and couples with kids, and apparently animal lovers. It's going to take a lot of money, and you're going to have to bring things of value if you want this to have an impact. Overarching energy is the Four of Swords. To me, so this is a kind of a card of contemplation. You really, if you want to have an impact, you got to think about maybe the 3 or 4 things that will resonate with voters and really drive home those 3 or 4 points. Don't be everything for everybody. You need to be very focused on what you want to do. The lesson to be learned, and you may be successful and you may not be. And the outcome, so that was interesting. That was the foundation of the first reading, if he was serious. The outcome is the Four of Pentacles, it's about keeping your values close to you, keeping the things of wealth, your ideas, your values, keeping everything close. And so to me, this kind of ties in with the Four of Swords, keeping a tight package, if you will. Don't let the messaging go all over the place like Trump's does. Keep it very focused and very tight if you want to move this thing forward. Don't try and be everything for everybody. Keep it focused, keep it tight. All right. And then I'm just going to wrap this up. A little 4-carder. Is this America Party? Is this a real legit, or is this just going to be Trump Maga 2.0? You know, because Elon is everything Trump is, just better. You know, Dave likes to say that, you know, as far as being a real billionaire versus a fake billionaire. Having like a real company that produces things versus a fake company that basically bankrupts everything. So is this America Party? Is this just a version of Trump Maga 2.0? Let's take a look at this. The deck really wanted to be cut right where I cut it, so I'll give you a look at the underneath card, because this is the card that really, really, really wanted to come out. I can sometimes tell when I cut the cards if I've cut it in the right place, because it just feels right, and that underneath card felt right. So we'll do a little 4-carder. Okay, so is this Trump 2.0? I think I only need 1 card. Page of Cups, that's our MAGA card, all right. It's just a different kind of crazy. There'll be people that celebrate this kind of crazy. It's just that kind of here's my message, and people will celebrate it. People do need to stand up and be counted on what's important to them, what they value. Page of Pentacles, it's a new idea. And I haven't looked at the underneath cards, so here we come. This is the one that really wanted to come out. Eight of Wands. Okay, that's interesting. it's it's all about getting your message out there. Um, I'm not getting a good feeling on that. If the foundation card's phenomenal. It's just like, yeah, that sure feels like Maga 2.0 and people celebrating it. What else do we need to know about this? Just overall, it's bringing new idea forward, uh, moving away from the old problems and trying to go to a different, get a different end. Um, if you fight, you win. you got we got to fight to win. And I want to manifest this. I'm just getting too many parallel vibes. It's not going to be like Project 2025 Maga 2.0, but there's going to be a lot of that kind of cult. Not, I don't want to say cultish. It's a little too harsh. It's it's under the control, instead of being religious fundamentalists under control, it's going to be tech bros under control. So it's kind of MAGA 2.0 but slightly different, right? It's more business focused than let's get rid of brown people focused, because that problem's already been handled right by the previous administration. So what's the next thing we can fix? It's going to be all about money. All right, that's what I got. So we're going to end it with that. Thank you so much for watching these videos. Dave's, like I said, David Shelley are on vacation in Mendocino. They'll be back in town on Monday. So Dave and I will probably do some readings Monday night. I'm going to head off to London a week from Thursday. So like the 20th of July, I think is when I fly out. So we had a little unfortunate family event happen in London. So I'll be out of town for about 4 or 5 days. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-record a number of videos. It's going to be on karmic energy videos. So it's going to be a whole series of karmic energy videos on MAGA and Trump, on the media, on corporate media, on the oligarchs, on the international scene regarding Israel and Gaza, Iran and Ukraine, and maybe I'll throw a Trump health video in there. So that's what's coming up. Thank you so much for watching. If you like these videos, please give it a thumbs up and or subscribe, and we'll put a new video out every night at midnight for you. Leave a comment. I read them all, respond to many. Although when I'm in London, I will not be responding. I will read them, but I just won't have the bandwidth to respond. And I really only want to give one shout out on this video to Kathy Lynn. Hi, Kathy Lynn. Kathy Lynn made a very generous contribution to the channel. Dave and I really, truly appreciate it. We certainly don't expect it, but we do appreciate everything. So, Dark Cat 22, also known as Kathy Lynn. Yay, you got the 10 of Cups. The big happy family. He made our family happy. And then just a secret card for the rest of us. Oh dear. Kathy gets the happy family. We get the, hey, what about us card. 10 of Swords. Hey, you know what? They can't hurt us anymore. After someone sticks 10 swords in your back, there's nothing more they can do to you. So that means we're coming to the end of that cycle. It's a horrific card, but it also means that the worst is behind us and things will start to get better. You know, they say it's darkest before the dawn. I guess the dawn is coming. So fingers crossed, folks. Keep the faith, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care, folks. Bye.